So I want to do a few more things with this folly. We're going to build the stair in the next video, but I wanted to go ahead and go through the steps of sort of placing the floors in and then shelling the volume and kind of experimenting with the space I'm creating from there. The first thing that you'll notice if you follow the numbers exactly from the last assignment is that this volume needs to be a little bit taller in order to host all of those floors. So I'm going to go ahead and sub-object select my top plane and move this up. It started off at 36 feet. I'm going to move it 40 to 40 feet. So I'm just going to move that top plane up by 4 feet. And that will now be will have changed from a 36 to a 40-foot object. I've already placed 3 of my floors in, and you can see you get that sort of effect of Rhino not knowing what quite to show you when you have planes that are perfectly aligned. So my boot of Italy and my floor planes are so precisely aligned that I'm getting this kind of weird registration. But let's see if I can go ahead and select that floor. I've already gone ahead and put in 2 other a total of 3 floors from this point, and I'm going to go ahead and add an additional floor. It's not showing me selected. Here we go, poly surface. I'm going to go ahead and move that up while holding my option. I'm going to move it up by 12, and now you'll see that it's sitting just a little bit below my figure. That's intentional. I want you guys to have a little bit of an extension of the wall at the roof. This is called a parapet roof, and it's a very common way to make a roof for a flat object. But it still looks like I have my floors inside of a solid volume. I'm going to go ahead and do that shell command for this area, and I'm going to choose the top and the bottom because I already have the horizontal surfaces that I want. I don't want to repeat or duplicate that top surface or that bottom surface. So let's go ahead and initiate the shell command. I'm going to say the top surface, go to the underside, pick the bottom surface, and I've selected 1 foot. So now I have created that shell wall, and you can see now when I'm up on this, maybe someday a roof, that I have got now floors at each of those levels that are still sort of intersecting with the face. If I wanted to take another step, I could Boolean difference these floors and these walls and make that trim really proper. Let's go ahead and do that. So now to show you what happened on the inside, we can't see it anymore. I've added a clipping plane and enabled it in my perspective view. So let's go ahead and look. What did we get? Here come the floors. There are the walls, right? I'm moving through that horizontal plane up to my bridge. Looking familiar. It looks a bit like, perhaps what your section looked like. And so the next step is going to be to modify this one plane that I have, which was acting as a floor. I'm going to go ahead and reduce it to 2 feet and align it to one of my interior floors, whatever is closest. It's very close to this floor, and I'm going to merge those 2 floors and then begin to work with that glassy volume that I talked about. So I want to align these 2 objects, but I need to get in a view where the top makes sense. So I need to be in an orthogonal view, maybe the right-hand side, and I'm lifting this lower plane up to the top of this upper plane. So let's go ahead and use our align top, and then I'm going to just say align to that top, and then when I go back to perspective, they will be very nicely aligned to each other. I can then go and merge these floors so they become a single floor. Now I'm going to add that glassy volume so I can begin to experience the space and actually enlarge the space, maybe a sort of large salon area in front on this little deck.